Well, good morning and greetings to you all on this Friday. It is Friday, February the 18th. We are sliding right into the weekend here and literally sliding in. Little slick out there still, but probably under driveways and stuff. And so be careful out there. It's cold and slippery. But hopefully this power up finds you well wherever you're at. And Lord willing, you'll have a great day today. Want to remind you about a couple of things as we wait for some to get on. Those who normally watch live, want to remind you, don't forget, uh, Sunday services, be sure and be in your place and be in the Lord's house this coming Sunday for the services wherever you're at. Find a good gospel preaching church to be in this coming Sunday. And then also, want to apologize. I know I'm a few minutes later than normal. Man, I got on here, had everything all set, and then my computer completely shut off. And so I got it back up and going now. So I apologize for the lateness. It wasn't planned that way, but my computer shut off. So gotta love the battle with technology, man. It's been real this week. Battle with technology. We had let's see, a couple times. I think I hit the wrong cord. I bumped the cord, and so it shut YouTube off. I knocked everything off the other day off the desk as I was recording. And then today the computer shuts down just as I'm about ready to go live, so I had to restart and all that. But you know what? We're on and we're going for it today. And so hopefully you're going for it too, and look forward to what God has for us. Okay, let's look. Proverbs chapter 15. Proverbs chapter 15. We're down. We're pretty close to halfway through this chapter here, and we're looking at verse number 18. So Proverbs 15 and verse number 18 is where we're going to begin today. So here we go. I'm sorry, I think it's verse number 19 is what we're looking at, verse number 19. The way of the slothful man is as a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. Okay, the way of the slothful man is a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. Just thinking about this here and considering the ways of the slothful, the way of the righteous. The way of the slothful is really the description of the slothful is an individual that's lazy, doesn't want to work, wants everything done for him. And so as we consider the way of the slothful man being a hedge of thorns, man, there's really nothing easy about it. The slothful, really at the heart of it, is always dependent upon somebody else because of their unwillingness to work, their unwillingness to get the job done, and really them just being dependent upon everybody else. And so the way of the righteous is made plain. We see as we consider this, it's easy, it's simple, it's straightforward, the way of the righteous. And so, yes, there's work involved, but I'm telling you, it's so rewarding. And so we see this two individuals here, the righteous or the slothful, being compared here. If you think about this in verse number 19, that hedge of thorns. Have you ever fallen into a thorny bush or a thorny hedge? Man, that's pretty painful. Come out all scraped up, scratched up, bloodied oftentimes. That's the difficulty that the slothful man experiences in his life. But the way of the righteous is made plain, man. It's a straight way. It's a narrow way. Maybe not a narrow way. It's kind of like a broad way. It's easy street. And so, hey, the way of the righteous. Let's look verse number 20 now. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. And I want to pause here and just kind of take some time on this verse here and really challenge you. And I know we're referencing mothers and fathers here, but you think about your life. Are you a blessing? And maybe for young people here, if they're watching, are you a blessing to your mom and dad? Or are you somebody that causes heartache causes tears to be shed by how you are living your life. And so, and let's take this a step further, okay? Moms and dads are really a picture of the authority that we'll have for the rest of our life. And we have a heavenly Father as well. Are you somebody who brings joy? You look at this, a wise son maketh a glad father. Are you bringing joy to those in leadership, or are you bringing sorrow? The foolish man despiseth his mother. And so we see the wise and the fool contrasted here. The wise maketh the glad father. Hey, your leadership in your life, by how you're living, are you making them wise? I'm sorry, are you making them glad? And that's a very real thought for those who are under leadership. And then a foolish man despiseth his mother. Once again, we could take this as parents, first of all, despising mom, not listening, bringing grief to mom, and so on. Not right. That's foolish. And then not being willing to listen to instruction, to listen to the wisdom of mom. That's foolish. And then we'll take it a step further. Leadership, once again, the foolish man despiseth his mother. The foolish man despiseth leadership and those in leadership roles in their life. And I'm not saying that leadership is perfect, okay? But there ought to be a respect, there ought to be a reverence, there ought to be a willingness to learn from the instruction there. And so leadership in the home, maybe in the church leadership, and so on. We've got to be willing to heed the instruction. Do not despise, mom, do not despise leadership. Verse number 21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom. But a man of understanding walketh uprightly. I think of in my life, and maybe in your life, there have been times when we've made mistakes, we've been foolish. Let's say this, maybe you've done some dumb things, okay? The fool or folly is joy, the dumb things, the stupid things, to him that is destitute of wisdom. The fool, the folly of this life, and getting joy out of that is because we lack wisdom. I think of people. I've never done this. Maybe you have. I've had it done to my house before, not here in California, but where somebody's egged your house. Why? Or TP'd something. Why? That's folly. It's lacking wisdom. Because what are you doing? You're causing work for somebody else. You're messing up somebody else's property. That's folly. And although as young people, hey, this is so much fun, consider the consequences. We're destitute of wisdom when we do the dumb things, the folly that we want to do, the foolishness. And so here it is. Think before you do things. That's really what's being stated here. It says at the last part of verse number 21, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. I'm not saying, I'm saying this as we consider this, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Gain wisdom. Don't walk foolishly, and walk uprightly. Be circumspect. Be somebody that yes, can have a good time, but not at the expense of other people. Using wisdom in that good time. Being somebody that can be looked up to, that can be reverenced, revered, because we walk soberly. We walk righteously. And so want to encourage you with that, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Let me give you one last verse here. We got a little bit of time left. One last verse here. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Last thought here for us. So we've seen several today. Last thought. Get counsel. Don't be afraid to get counsel about big time decisions in your life. Decisions, young people, decisions on who you should marry, where you should live, what your occupation should be. Where do you get counsel from? Get counsel from mom and dad. I would get counsel from your youth pastor, your pastor, or an elder in the church. We see other places in Scripture, in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. Here's one of the things that we sometimes do. We sometimes seek counsel, but we seek counsel from people that we know are going to tell us what we want to hear. Get a multitude of counsel, get an array of opinions before making a decision. In a multitude of counselors, there is safety. We read in the Scriptures, and then here, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. What are the purposes? Without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Those purposes are established. Those goals are established. Those desires are established. The decision is final when we have that multitude of counselors. And you know what? When we get other counsel, find that there's more success in the decisions that need to be made. And so be an individual that seeks to get counsel, and not just counsel from our friends and from those that are going to agree with this, but counsel from others. It's kind of like this. Teenagers, as they approach the dating scene, okay, the boyfriend, girlfriend, okay, and it's natural to have that desire to want to have a boyfriend, have a girlfriend, to want to have that relationship. That's a natural thing. It's a good thing. I would caution teenagers, first of all, to wait. You're not going to be married anytime soon, so just kind of wait. And I know it's natural to have those desires, but just wait. And be very careful once you get into those dating relationships that you don't do anything that you regret. Listen, if you don't ever hold a hand, you probably won't ever kiss, and you probably won't ever have a sexual relationship with that boyfriend, girlfriend, okay? And so refrain from that. All right, now, that was all for free. Here's the picture. Here's what I'm trying to say here. When young people are getting into that dating scene, do you know who they get most of their counsel from? From their friends, from other teenagers. Why? Because those other teenagers more than likely are going to tell them what they want to hear. And those other teenagers are going through the same things that their friends are going through. And so here's the picture. Teenager, if you're watching this, adult, if you're watching this, here's the picture of the multitude of counselors. I'm okay. All right. Talk to your friends about it. That's okay. But you need to talk to others. Hey, what does mom and dad say about that boy, that girl? What would your pastor say about, or your youth pastor say about that boy or that girl? If you can't go talk to them about it, then there's probably an issue there. You need to get a multitude of counselors, not just in people that are going to tell you what you want to hear, but people that are going to be honest with you, going to be real with you. And I'm telling you, your plans, your desires, once you get that counsel, they'll be more successful. Okay? I'm going to leave you those thoughts for the day. And I think I've got a phone call coming in, but I'm sorry about that. But want to leave you with those thoughts for the day. Let me give a few shout outs to those who are watching here live on Facebook. And I want to thank all of you for watching live. Be sure to like and share and comment. Good morning, Ingrid. Thank you so much for being on. And have a good day today. Cliff and Kara, good morning. And thank you so much for your faithfulness in watching. David, have a wonderful and blessed day. Have a great weekend. Sherry, greetings to you in California. Jody, greetings to you in Montana. And Brian and Cindy, have a wonderful day. Charlie and Marcia, have a great day as well. Paula, good morning to you. All of you watching, thank you so much for chiming in live and jumping in live. Once again, I apologize. We're a little bit late today. My computer shut down just as I was getting ready to start, so I had to wait a few minutes on that, okay? But I apologize. Those of you who are watching the recorded video here, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and comment. Love reading those throughout the day, okay? Lord bless you all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Lord willing, we'll see you in church on Sunday.